Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the ninth episode of Beer Sports. We got some topics to cover. It's been the past 2 weeks has been fairly long. Oh man, it's been crazy, especially amongst the NBA. There's been some wild stuff going on. You know, the All-Star game just passed. It was a good game, actually. 148 to 145. I'm sure everybody know that by now. LeBron was killing it. It really was the same old. Wasn't too heavy on defense until the fourth quarter when both teams were trying to win. Other than that, it was an okay All-Star weekend. I like the dunk contest, although I hear a lot of people are disappointed by it. I liked a lot of homage that was paid to the old school dunks. I think Larry Nance Jr. should have won, although Donovan Mitchell did some really dope stuff too. To me, it was more creative than people think. There were some dunks that some people missed on the first glance that they had to go back and look at, and it was better, like Larry Nance's double tap. Victor Oladipo getting that Black Panther mask from Chadwick Boseman, that was pretty dope, but he didn't make the dunk the first time, so that was some bullshit. And, the funniest story of the All-Star weekend was Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler not playing because his legs were too tired, aka he was probably hungover after some All-Star party in LA. Who knows? That's just me saying that shit. He could have legit been tired. He does play the most minutes in the NBA besides LeBron. But them parties will get you All-Star weekend, especially in Los Angeles. I'm sure it'll come out one way or the other. Nobody cares, to be perfectly honest, because it's just a fucking All-Star game. And only thing I'll say, I don't know what you guys think, but let me know in the comments. My opinion is that Lou Williams could have played that spot. That could have been Lou Williams instead if Jimmy Butler wasn't going to play. I don't know why he wouldn't have just given up his spot, or why the NBA couldn't make that change even that day, because they can get these guys around, and most of them were in Los Angeles anyway. To move on to something else, man. The Dallas Mavericks are apparently having a complete shit show. If you haven't read it, there's an article published by Sports Illustrated. It's titled Inside the Corrosive Workplace Culture of the Dallas Mavericks. Now, what's going on over there is twofold. On one hand, Mark Cuban was on Dr. J's podcast the other day, and he mentioned something about tanking, encouraging it, or kind of hinting that that's what they were doing purposely in Dallas. We all know as fans of sports and of the NBA that a lot of teams tank, but the thing is, you're not allowed to say it. You can't openly admit that you're tanking. So the NBA did not like that shit at all, man. They fined him $600,000, which to me is a lot of money, but to Mark Cuban, probably not. It's probably nothing. And he's always been known for saying whatever it is he wanted to say and then taking the fine later. But I don't believe in a team just tanking purposely. I don't think they were tanking on purpose anyway. I just think they sucked outside of Dennis Smith Jr. Dirk Nowitzki is just not a very good team. So they were going to be in this position regardless of whether or not they were losing on purpose. There's not many teams I think that they could have beaten in the West. But that isn't the biggest story going on. That isn't even part of the corrosive workplace culture article written by Sports Illustrated. What it is Turdima Usuri's story. If you don't know who he is, he's a very legendary executive. I mean, I can't think of a place that he hasn't been. A very smart guy. Grew up in South Central LA. Found a way to Princeton. Got his law degree. He worked at a law firm for a short period of time, and then left that law firm in order to go work in the sports industry. And as soon as he hit the sports industry around that late 80s, early 90s, he just shot up, man. This guy, like I said, is Princeton, Harvard, Yale, and UC Berkeley. Those are the schools he went to. He just shot up, man. He was very, 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 I say very good. He was very good at what he did. He was good at law practice. He was good as general counsel. He used to be the general counsel for the CBA, Continental Basketball Association, for a while, and eventually he became the commissioner there. He was actually the first African American to operate a professional sports league, and he kept going up from there. I mean, many articles about him. And Sports Illustrated used to write positively about him. Wall Street Journal, USA Today. There was even a feature on him in Black Enterprise, where a while back they were talking to David Stern about him, and David Stern mentioned he wouldn't mind if that guy was his successor as far as commissioner. I mean, this guy was also he also worked at Nike. and then eventually he made his way to Dallas, and he's been president and CEO of the Mavericks for 18 years. He was appointed in 1997 as CEO of the Mavericks. He was very good. I mean, he was one of the best. I mean, since then he got public funding to help improve and to actually to construct the American Airlines Center, the new stadium that they're in. He spearheaded that. He spearheaded the foundation, the nonprofit. He's been at a lot of companies. He was one of the partners of HDNet, which had some great deals with DirecTV and all the sports leagues, MLB, NHL, MLS, and even lacrosse. Unfortunately, although he is very, very good at his job, he's been known reputation-wise as someone very unprofessional and crass. And what he's gotten himself into some trouble for now, and what he's gotten Mark Cuban into some trouble for, is his behavior over the years concerning sexual harassment. I mean, if you read this damn article, some of these stories are crazy. I mean, this guy's openly offering gangbangs and things of that nature to female employees. And the harassment by him had gotten so bad that some of them just left the company, just quit. And imagine that. You work your way up, you're a young woman, and you work your way up to do your dream job working for the NBA, an NBA organization. And here this guy is every single fucking day harassing you with wildly disrespectful behavior. Unfortunately, it appears that a lot of different companies allowed this to go on for 18 years. And the Mavericks allowed this behavior to go on for 18 years. Probably ignored it because of how good he was at his job. But who knows how many employees they lost that were very, very good at their job because of it. I mean, it created a type of a messy culture. It's interesting that people often think that player behavior is to worry about, but what these women were saying was actually dealing with players and dealing with the locker room was actually a refuge from going upstairs in the front office. So the front office was just a shit show. It was just a fucking madhouse of rich white locker room, rich white dudes doing whatever the fuck they wanted to do, and rich black dudes. This is Terdima Usuri is black. This is just rich corporate fucking executive guys who thought they could do and say whatever they wanted to because of degrees and because of cash and because there was a built-in protection for men to harass women. And it's unacceptable. Mark Cuban has to do something about it. The question is, did he know about this man's behavior? I believe he did, especially after 18 years. I say this because at one point he had left the Dallas Mavericks. Terdima Usuri left the Dallas Mavericks to work for Under Armour. At Under Armour, he did the same thing. He harassed a female employee. They got rid of him in 2 months. So if they were able to scope this behavior out within 60 days of knowing, or 60 to 90 days of knowing this guy, then I have a hard time thinking that the Dallas Mavericks organization didn't see it in 18 years. And Nike before them and other organizations, all the places that he's been at. I think that people allow this to go on for entirely too long, and it's not that day and age anymore. So men, get your shit together. I mean, come to work to fucking work, not to harass. It's not what work is for. It's not your personal fucking play date place. Keep that shit outside of work. People want to come to work, and if you're in a position of power, don't utilize that to get sex from women. That shit's over, buddy. So if you see somebody this high up go down, just if you saw 2017, they were knocking them out like flies. Then at the lower levels around the world in different employment, you should know that you're not immune to. And the NBA is a very progressive organization, so its behavior surprises me. It's unacceptable, point blank, period. I'm glad that players are coming out saying it's disgusting and unacceptable. And I'm sure the NBA will make it known that they deem it unacceptable. I don't believe that there's going to be anything in particular that happens to Mark Cuban because this is not Mark Cuban's behavior. This is the behavior of an employee. He may have to answer to Adam Silver. He may have to answer to the commission why he doesn't know. And the NBA itself might order all organizations to do investigations and see what's going on. And there may be some infrastructure put in place so that there's better recourse for these women executives and writers and things of that nature to be able to report these incidents. If there's any league that we know can get better with this, it is the NBA. Because as you can see, their reaction once found out is immediate. So I expect some action to be taken very, very soon by Mark Cuban himself. I'm sure within his own organization, he's probably going to, do something about getting this together. Nonetheless, I don't know what's going on in Dallas. Too damn much, clearly. Need to sit their ass down. But that's the happiness of the happiness, people. Thank y'all, man. I appreciate y'all listening to Beer, and Sports. Shout out to Tony's Place, 5150 Barbershop, Kingdom's Fade, and everybody else out there that's listening.